Hi, I'm Corn-C, and today I am playing Hexcells, and this will be very familiar for anyone who used to play Minesweeper on the old Windows boxes. It's very similar, a puzzle game where you have to basically, let's go in and I'll show you. This is the one I'm up to, 4 or 5. Okay, so basically behind these are a bunch of ones that are part of the pattern, and there are 24 to find, and then a bunch of ones which aren't. They're the ones with these numbers in it, and it's just a simple matter of identifying correctly, and you're allowed a certain number of mistakes. It doesn't tell you how many mistakes you're allowed. I've never reached the limit. At the end of the level you'll see how many you have available. So first off, if it's a number in here, that means that number of the surrounding hexes are in the pattern. So here it's very clear, this one has 2 hexes in the pattern adjoining it, and only has 2 hexes matching it, so they both must be. So that's left click, they're blue, that's fine. If you're wrong, they just shake, and the mistakes go up. And here this one also has 2, and it only has 2 next to it, so this one must be in the pattern. Yep, okay, good. So 21 left, and those 2 are done. Now what it means here with the dash, which means there's that many adjacent and they are not together, they're not in a row. So for instance 1, 2, and if it was this one, then that would mean that they're all in a row, and that's what these braces mean. But these dashes mean they're not in a row, so it can't be this one. So I right click it. Good, I got it right, and it tells you how many are adjacent to that. And so because there's 3, you know that this one must be in. Okay, so that's blue. And it's the same pattern down here. So this one's out, and this one's in. Okay, cool. And that's basically how you do it. As I said, if you're used to Minesweeper, it just keeps going. And sometimes they have extra information, like they might tell you how much is in each row or column. Here's another one. There's 5 adjacent, and there's only 5 adjacent hexes, so they all must be in. So far so good. And here there's okay, so now I'm going to have to think a bit harder. So there's 4 here non-adjacent, so 2 of these 3. Oh, here there's 3, so you know that they must be in. Any other really easy ones? 3, here we go, 3 that are not in a line. So that means this one must be out, otherwise they'd be in a line. So that's out, yep, and that's in. Okay, and this one has 4, and there's 1, 2, 3, so this one must be in. Cool. So there we go. This one is 3, so one of those 2 is in. We can't immediately tell. Are we ever going to be able to tell? I think we might just have to guess that one. Unless, oh no, because one of these might be out, and that would tell us whether this one was in. Okay, so here we have 4 and we have 3, so one of those 2. What else do we have? Here we have 2, we have none, but there's 3, so 2 of those 3. Here we have 4, but 3 not in a row. So it could be like that one, or that one. No, it must be that one or that one. It must be those 2, because if it's this one, then you'll end up in a line. So this one must be out. Yep, and these ones must be in. Cool. And that's 3, so that one must be out. And that one must be in, because there's 2 and there's only 2 next to it, so that one must be in. Cool. So that's how you go. And you just keep going like that. So there's 2, so one of these 2 must be in. You can't really tell which at this stage. Might have to. Well, we'll see how we come down with these ones. Let's move it along a little faster here. I might just start guessing rather than thinking through, because you can run through the various patterns and work it out, but I'm not sure. I'm going to try one of these 2, one of these 4. So let's see if that one is out. Yes, that was a bit of luck. I was just guessing there. That one's out, so that one must be in, and this one must be in, because of this 2 here. It's the only one available. And this one now has 2, so these 2 must be out. Okay, so now we're moving a bit faster. This one has 2 total, so this one here and this one here must be out. This one here, these two are in, so this one must be in to make 3. This one now is 2, so this one must be out. This one is 2, so this one must be out. Oops, I misclicked. I was supposed to right click and I left click, so that's one mistake. You saw it just shake there. So this one must be in, and this one must be out. So what do we got here? 3 not in a row, 3 not in a row. 3, so this one must be in, this one must be out, and this one must be in. Done. And you can see here this is the number of mistakes you're allowed, so that's what, 12, and I made 1. So I've gone up 108. And now, the thing is that it's fixed, so it's not, if you remember Minesweeper, it's essentially randomized each time you play. This time, if I restart it, you can see it's exactly the same. So if you can memorize it, you can probably go through them very quickly. That's out, out, in. What else? What others were there? I can't remember. My memory is gone, so I can't remember what they were. That one was in. That one was out. That one was in. That's out and out. And so it helps a bit now that I remember which way in. That's out, and that was in. And so you can see I can move through them a bit faster. Out, 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 in, and you can easily get 100% because it is essentially it's essentially fixed. You will just be able to work them out, and then just remember. And now, because I'm doing this much quicker, then I still clicked the wrong button by accident. Anyway, you get the point. It's once you've worked it out once, you can probably very quickly go back and get your maximum score with no misses. So if you go back to the menu, you might notice if you're a very eagle eye that said 60, and I just got 12 points, and now it says 48. So I'm getting close to finishing that one off. Sorry, unlocking these 5. So I've now unlocked and completed all of these with 108. And this is, I guess, some of these, like this one, I haven't maxed out. I've got 1 less. So you can't tell if you wanted to go for the perfect game, and there's a Steam achievement for the perfect game. You can't actually tell which ones you do need to repeat, which is a little annoying. And then I can go to the next group and the next group. So far I've been playing for about an hour if you include the time I've been recording, so that last one went a bit slow. And so you can see what was it, 2/3 of the way through after an hour. So this is not, if you like logic puzzles and you've got a bit of experience with them, or you've got a bit of experience with Minesweeper, you're probably going to cruise through this very quickly. There's no time limit, you can just seem to go as long as you want. So this one's got a 0, so all of these are out. So you can put that in, that one's out. 0, 0, 0. This one. And so you can see how it sort of builds up from there. These 2 must be in, out, out. Yeah, and so I can build up and go along. This one's got 2 in this column. Yeah, 2 in this column, and there's 2 in this column, and so on and so forth. You can just go through and get them all. So I don't think it'll take me long time unless they start getting much harder toward the end. But there's no time limit. You can take your time. You can think about it. It's just a very sort of gentle, innocuous puzzle experience. It's quite good. It's quite cheap. I picked this up for 59 pence because I pay in UK currency. So that's the equivalent is under $1 for this game, which seems pretty cheap. I mean, a couple of hours for under $1, and a couple of hours entertainment for under $1. That's pretty good. Yeah, it would be just a few little annoyances, like not being able to tell which ones you haven't maxed out if you're the sort of person who wants to maximize your score. Otherwise, it's a really gentle, well-designed puzzle game. Yeah, it's good. I like it. I'm probably going to play it till I've completely got done all the levels. That probably won't be much longer, but I won't make you watch all of those. I think that the basic idea is fairly clear, and once again, it's one of those games where if this is the sort of game you like, then this is probably one of those games you're going to like. I mean, it's very, you get what you see. It's not really hiding much. If you're good at them, a couple of hours of thought. Yeah. So that's thumbs up for me, and goodbye. Okay, it's just a quick addendum. I made a mistake when I was talking before that you couldn't tell which ones you were done perfectly or not. As you can see here, the ones which have this kind of highlight on them, this line across them, they're complete. And these other ones, like this one here, which are flat color, they are imperfectly done. So there's still a possibility of doing them again. As you can see, I finished them all. It took me just a touch over 2 hours, with 1, 2, 3, 4 not quite perfect, which I may have finished off now. But I just thought I should point out that I did make a mistake. It is possible to tell, although it doesn't tell you, you have to work that out yourself. Okay, bye again.